Yo, what's up? This is Eddie Gray, and today we're covering video 2, Elektron Analog Heat. If you saw my official review, you know the pros and the cons. Now what I want to get into is connectivity. First video, I was hooking this up via a USB cable, and I was using their patented overbridge software, which allows for recall. Some of the cons with this particular unit is the very fact that you only use one instance at a time. You can see how that's a massive drawback. And if you do want to use a second instance, you have to buy an entirely new unit, which isn't plausible. But I do want to show you something that could be really amazing. Right now, I'm not hooking this up via USB. I've got this hooked up via 1/4-inch cables into Maschine by Native Instruments. I'm then routing that back into my computer so I could essentially process my drum sounds through Heat, and it sounds insane. So go ahead and stay tuned, go ahead and like the video, let's go. Alright, so we're gonna run this through some drums. Here is a sample. Okay, let's run this through Analog Heat, let's see what it sounds like. Alright, so already we're hearing a lot of definition, we're hearing a lot of character. I'm pulling out a lot of the intrinsic sound and just plastering it out in such a way where you can really hear everything. Let's go into a more aggressive sound. In the last video I taught you that there are 8 different circuits, anything from a clean boost all the way to round fuzz and high gain. So let's play with some of the other circuits, and then I'll get into some details. So here we go. So it gets pretty crazy really fast. So you got the circuits here. We've got the ability to control drive, wet level, dry, wet, high and low shelving filters, and then your typical band pass, low cut, etc. The magic happens when you start to add more to the sauce. So stay tuned for that. Let me go and just show you some more sounds here. So check out this snare. So you hear how distorted and saturated that is, but in a way that's very pleasing. Without it, big difference. With, right, it's a very pleasing kind of saturation. Let's go to round fuzz. Without it, massive difference. So here's just a side stick. Alright, let's try out Enhancement. So what makes me mostly excited about this is the fact that I don't have to mix as much. If you're purely in the box, it really is quite a fiasco to mix from the very beginning to the very end. In the olden days, the 60s, the 70s, when you recorded, the intention was to record the source sound perfectly so that there wasn't many adjustments to be made in post-production. It's not the case today. Today we're trying to fix turds and we're trying to make them sound amazing, right? And so taking a wimpy sound like this to this, or taking a wimpy sound like this and making it sound more like isn't just about a simple volume adjustment. Sometimes it's a quick fix, but most of the time it's a bunch of minor things that you have to do. A little bit of compression, a little bit of saturation, maybe some EQ adjustments, perhaps some taking away of the lower frequencies or the higher frequencies, but it does take a while to position the sound in the manner that you want. What I want to do, at least the goal, the aim, is to automate this as much as possible by means of plugins, by means of hardware, whatever it takes to take it to the next level. I want to show you something more harmonic in nature. Okay, so this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Let's put the classic distortion circuit here. I'm going to back off of the dry wet, bring up the wet level, and then we'll bring back the drive, and let's find a nice healthy distortion that we're happy with. Okay, so that's dry. All right, let's turn it on. Before, after. So that's pretty sweet, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just turn up the volume as a whole. It has nothing to do with how the signal is being processed. Before, which could be great for an intro or something, but check out this heat. So you can obviously hear the difference. You can hear why something like this could be of benefit. Now, I'm going to be recording this all raw into the DAW, and then I'll do all my editing there. But the idea is to get some fat drums, really make sure that I lock in a solid fat beat without necessarily having to do all this work inside of either Maschine or Logic, which are my DAWs of choice. And so let's take a listen to a couple more examples. Let's try out mid-drive for this one. So before. All right, and let's turn it up. Before. Which, of course, in the right song, in the right context, could work, but I can certainly see myself doing a bit more of this. Cool, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like, go ahead and share it if you thought it was useful. Analog Heat is serious, and if I could start 9 years ago, I would probably get something like this for my setup. Why? Number one, convenience. Being able to either connect it directly to my computer or being able to just route it through a drum sequencer to get a fatter drum sound. I think this is a well-kept secret, and people are using it in so many different ways. It really makes me excited, and it makes me grateful to be able to own one. So let's keep at it. Find different ways to make progress. If this isn't for you right now, that's totally fine. You have to make it an effort to pick a part of your game. It could be drum sequencing, mixing vocals, it could be anything. But the point is you want to take that and you want to put it front and center, put all your attention, give it all your might, and make as much progress as you can, so that when you look back, you can certainly see that that's something that you spent time working on, and now you don't have to think about it ever again. So this is Eddie Gray signing off. I practice what I preach. I do my very best to stay on it, and of course, look, I'm only human. I'm gonna make mistakes. So thank you guys so much for everything. If you do want the extended training, I will be talking a lot more about this unit, so check the link in the description for that. I'm out of here. Take good care. Stay up. Bye.